Hello and welcome, friends. I'm your host, Casey, and you have arrived to the Feelings from Sounds podcast. Prepare your mind as I take you on a journey through the 7 modes of sound capable of defining emotions. This is episode number 1 of our 4-part series, and today, the mysterious Locrian will be revealed, along with the Lydian mode, soothing and joyful. 2 beings born on the opposite side of sound's spectrum. Who will come out on top this episode? Stay tuned to find out, only on the Feelings from Sounds podcast. So, you might be asking, what is a mode? Well, in music, it's any of several ways of ordering the notes of a scale according to the intervals they form with the tonic. I know, it gets a little confusing. But, after all that's put together, you got the framework for a melody. A mode is basically just the framework for a melody. It specifies which notes can be used and indicates which have special importance. Now we move on to the Locrian mode, the least played and the most misunderstood mode out of the whole bunch. The reason that Locrian isn't played very much in Western music is because of its diminished character. It's mostly used in jazz and experimental pieces, if you can find them. Now think about the distant or unresolved feeling the Locrian mode offers as I play a short melody composed of chord progressions and arpeggios. Oh, and I'm so sorry that I'm not Beethoven. Okay, you heard my example. How did you feel? Spooked out? A little bit eerie? A little bit odd? Anyway, next is the Lydian mode, the brightest of all the modes. Let's go! The Lydian mode. It's been around for thousands of years. It was primarily used first in church music. Now, it's mostly a classical style, with some churchy elements in it. The mode is also very closely related to the Ionian mode, which will be discussed in a future episode. Another important thing to point out is that these modes may all sound a bit weird played only by themselves, and that is because I'm not actually composing the modes in the style that they were made for at the time, aka church music. In these modern times, Western music is comprised of mostly Aeolian and Ionian, or minor and major modes, and usually all of the other modes only get particular modal notes borrowed from them to use in today's westernized songs. Now I present to you my composition of the Lydian mode. It will feature the same instruments as the Locrian mode with a similar melody. However, some of the notes in the melody will be altered to fit the notes within the mode. So as you're listening, just try to think of how different it is from the first mode. Enjoy! Oh my gosh, wasn't that pretty? Wasn't that pretty and soothful? Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode featuring the Locrian and Lydian mode. I want to encourage all of my musically inclined listeners to compose a short melody this week in the Locrian and or Lydian modes and send them to me in an audio file through the link in the podcast's description. A segment of your music may be played in the upcoming podcast featuring the Phrygian and Mixolydian modes. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Feelings from Sounds podcast and have a wonderful rest of your day.